Hello all, welcome back. This is, yes I know, Diary of the D. This is part 13. So I'm picking up where I left off. Forgive me, I'm so sorry. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. That's my apology to you. Letting you join the team. Just kidding. Thank you so much to all that have subscribed. We've just hit a new number and I'm grateful. Let's jump right into it. 13. Here we go.
Welcome to part 13 of my experience as a CO. So as I was telling y'all, the relationship was literally starting to go downhill. He became like this jealous person, being like super mean. So obviously I had to quit working at the salon. And y'all, we all know what that means. If I had to quit working at the salon, no more income, then y'all could pretty much guess what happened. Eventually his mom put us out again. So at this point, there was nothing that I could not tell his mom, because she had already had a talk with me about not worrying about her son. Let him do what he gonna do. Take care of yourself. So let's backtrack again. So a day before we got kicked out for the second time, we got into a fight at the house. The fight was because he told me he was gonna go to his friend's house. I was like, okay, cool. You know, he grabbed my keys. I'm putting on my shoes. Like, okay, we finna go. He was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm coming with you. He was like, no, you're not. So I'm like, at this point, I'm just like appalled, because I'm like, excuse me? Like, I know you don't think you finna take my car and dip and just leave me here stranded. He was like, you don't have to go everywhere with me. I was like, in my car, I do. He was the type of man that did not like that. He didn't like for me to backtalk. He didn't like for me to, like, feel... He didn't like me to make him feel like I was better than him.
Listen, let me tell you something. That's a trait I can't deal with, okay? Let me tell you why I can't deal with that. How are you having an issue with me communicating with you how I feel about your use of my either resources, my property, my space, my time, anything that has to do with me? Sir, what do you mean I can't tell you how I feel? What do you mean you don't understand that you're not leaving me in this house with my car? You didn't ask me to drop you off. You are okay with taking my car and just leaving me here. And what do you mean the mother is saying just let him do what he's going to do? I wonder, is the mother saying, like, either accept what he's going to do and shut up, or leave him alone? I don't know, but that's very interesting advice to give a young girl who's dealing with your older baby boy. Let's keep going.
So, like, we got into a big ass fight. Like, we going at it, like, we are fighting. So we going at it, right? His mom come in the room, get your hands off that girl, get your hands off that girl. So when they got him off of me, his mom was like, are you okay? Like, I really didn't have too many words. So, like, I packed my stuff, put it in my car, and I left and went home. Yes, I fucking left and went home. Because that was his first time putting his hands on me. And I literally was, like, mind blown, like, that he would even go that far. Like, he will verbally abuse me all the time. Do this, do that. Talk to me crazy all the time. But putting your hands on me is a whole nother different story. That was just something that I wasn't used to. So after I started packing my stuff and putting my stuff in my car, he took a lighter and started burning all the letters that I wrote him while he was incarcerated.
And so, burn him to the pit of hell for all I care. Did he really just start throwing a tantrum? Signs of a narcissist. They think that that's going to hurt you, that they don't want to deal with you in that degree that you burn the letters. Sir, I don't care if you burn the letters. Burn yourself up while you at it. Please don't do that.
Like just burning them. And at that point, I really didn't give a fuck, because you just put your hands on me, like, I'm just trying to go. So I left. And whenever I got home, everybody was just kind of like, are you back for good? And I told them, yeah. He was blowing up my phone. He was calling. He was texting. He was blowing up my mom's phone. Now that I'm thinking about it, I apologize, y'all. I did not tell my family that I was staying for good. I told them that I was staying for the weekend so that they wouldn't think that I was staying for good, just in case I decided to leave again. He was like, please come back. Like, I love you. I'm so sorry. Like, I need you. I can't do this without you. Like, sending messages, like, basically trying to, like, manipulate me again into coming back, trying to corrupt my mind again, and to the point to where I would feel like, okay, he mean it. Like, he not gonna do this again.
Let me tell you something. When you knew that you was making excuses for him already, you knew he was going to do it again. Because to this point, remember, they've been kicked out. They stayed in a wooded area. He's talked to her badly. He's made her quit jobs. He's done all of these things. What's the next progressive step? Exactly what just happened, right? And no police was called. The mom asking if you okay, but where was the mom in there telling him that what he was doing wasn't okay to a different degree? There was no conversation. There was no nothing. But when you left basically to let him cool off. Let's just say that. But you knew damn well he was going to put his hands on you again. We have to stop making excuses for people where there are none. There was so many things that happened before this that was the next progression step. And then as a reminder for anybody that's just jumping in and you haven't listened to the other ones, he was put in jail for a violent act for a lot of years with another girl and her mate. So what didn't you believe? You knew that was going to happen again. So you chose to go back into that space. And she takes ownership. In case you're just jumping in as well. She always takes ownership. This is for us to learn from, not to bash. But if that was my daughter or my sister that I was talking to in the moment, I would say it exactly the way I'm saying it now. No, you're making an excuse because you want to go back. He is going, I would say the same thing. That's exactly how I would say it. Because you're fighting for the life of your person that you love. That's not the time to sugarcoat shit. It's just not. Not these days. People is crazy. Carry on.
So I stayed gone for like 2 days. That whole 2 days, this man was blowing my line up. I'm so sorry. I missed you. I can't do this without you. Please come back. So guess what I do? I pack all my stuff again and I go back. So when I get back down there, he take my keys and he leave and go to his friend's house. But this time,
of course,
I went with him. I sat in the car the whole time waiting on him. So that kind of made me feel like you got what you wanted anyway. Even though I'm physically here with you, I couldn't get out the car with you. And like, I used to be one of those girls to think like, oh, I don't get how people get addicted to marijuana or weed. But when I started smoking it, I became addicted to it. Like, it got to the point to where I couldn't even eat without smoking. And that's mainly why I lost so much weight while I was out there.
She wasn't addicted to marijuana. She was addicted to the fact that it does what it does for you. If you smoke this particular type, it calms you down. It makes it so that your brain will stop thinking. Overly thinking, right? You can't even focus on something long enough. That was her zen. That was her relaxation. That was her escape. It's the lowest form of an escape, marijuana is, but it comforts you. It does. It's similar to food. It comforts you in that moment and it allows you to be okay. So no, she was not addicted to weed. She was addicted to the medication she needed to escape depression, her reality, what she truly saw, her brain continuously telling her, her conscience continuously telling her, don't do this, don't do this, you know you're wrong, don't do this, this don't make no sense. He still got what he wanted. That's the only reason he wanted you back. Your brain won't do that if you have smoked weed. Carry on.
For one, because we barely had money to eat. And for two, because I couldn't eat unless I smoked. And we could barely afford to have it unless his friend loaned him some. Which his friend did very often. So throughout this whole time I'm down there, I'm smoking to numb the pain. Just smoking. And I just thank God that I didn't get addicted to nothing else other than that. So whenever we leave his friend's house, we get back to his mom's house. Like for part 14.
Okay, we're gonna head over to part 14. Child, this is getting good. He done put his hands on her. Now she back. He picked up right where he left off. Not trying to do something different, do something better. Because even, okay, let's just say, right? He still wanted to go to his friend's house. Because apparently that's the only way he can get there is with her. Even if you went over there, you left your girl in the car. That don't even make no sense. You just went in there visiting like your kid. Whoa. That's crazy. That's crazy as hell. It doesn't make any sense to be treated that way. Like, there is not a space that this man hasn't touched in violating her as a person, as somebody you love, as somebody you want a relationship with. I can't do this without you, all of that. His behavior is reflective of the exact opposite. But let's go to the next part and see what we can learn there. Child, the lesson in this one is the glove did fit, because he hit you a lot of times and you still went back and you haven't told anybody. If anything, start telling somebody in case the shit goes real left and they got a first 48 your ass, they at least know where to go. Start writing it down or something. I don't know. Don't do it. That would be best. Don't do it. Protect yourself. Because a man hitting you, we can't hit them the way that they hit us. And why would you want to? Here we go. Subscribe, share, and like. See you in the next part. Bye.